India and Council for Sustainable Peace and Development. It gives me immense pleasure to wholeheartedly welcome Dr. D. Vijendra Babu, Principal AVIT Chennai, for gracing this event. He is a very renowned academician and administrator. I heartily welcome Professor A.K. Nayak, immediate past President, Computer Society of India, Chairman Education Wing, Director IIBM Patna, who is successfully carrying forward a legacy of CSI. As contributions in the space of technology and education, he has established strong pathways. I also welcome our next guest, Shri R.K. Vyas, President of CSI. He is a highly motivated educator and has a more than 2 decade experience in industry and education. I welcome Professor Dr. Ripu Ranjan Sinha, Chairman of CSI Jaipur. He has the responsibility to ensure effective management for the education. He has been associated with CSI. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Since last several years, he is an ICT consultant and associated with many international agencies. I also welcome our next guest, Dr. Ravi K. Nath, Additional Director, Council for Sustainable Peace and Development, and one of the founder member of UNU. I welcome Dr. Ashish Chandraswamy, my fellow colleague and State Student Coordinator, Rajasthan CSI, and NC member of CSI Jaipur. I again welcome all the guests, fellow member, and participants. Agenda of today's event is the digital world is facing new challenges in current scenario of global pandemic situation. Gandhian philosophy is a way to move forward in this challenging digital world. And with the Gandhian philosophy, digital world can establish peace and sustainable growth at global level. गांधी जी सत्य और अहिंसा के पुजारी थे और महात्मा गांधी को विश्व पटल पर अहिंसा के प्रतीक के तौर पर जाना जाता है. गांधी जी ने देश की आजादी के लिए जो किया उसे कभी भुलाया नहीं जा सकता और उन्होंने अपना पूरा जीवन सत्य की व्यापक खोज में समर्पित कर दिया. उन्होंने इस लक्ष्य को प्राप्त करने के लिए अपनी स्वयं की गलतियों और खुद पर प्रयोग करते हुए बहुत कुछ सीखने की कोशिश की और उन्होंने अपनी आत्मकथा को सत्य के प्रयोग का नाम दिया. बापू के विचार देश ही नहीं बल्कि दुनिया भर के लोगों को प्रेरित करते हैं. गांधी जी के विचारों को अपनाकर हम भी सत्य और अहिंसा के मार्ग पर चल सकते हैं और अपने जीवन को बदल सकते हैं. On streets, currency notes, government office walls, Mahatma Gandhi is everywhere in India. But beyond these tributes and the annual Gandhi Jayanti celebrations, how relevant is Gandhi and his philosophy in modern India in this digital era? Mahatma Gandhi is the messiah of the digital era. In the pre-independence era, when Gandhian economics molded a social ideology, Gandhiji had famously elucidated his concept of democracy in these words: true democracy cannot be worked by 20 people sitting at the center. It has to be worked from below by the people of every village. My notion of democracy is that under it is the weakest shall have the same opportunity as the strongest. As century goes on, now those words are still hold true. Gandhi's democracy is rooted in the concept of social inclusion and community welfare. He was an ardent supporter of the maximization of social welfare through self-sufficient village economy. He mooted the idea of self-sustaining communities that functioned as independent economic units. Gandhian economics, once derided as archaic and pre-modern, is now an enduring legacy. Like community-based startups riding on the digital wave are reinventing Gandhiji's legacy. Like, for example, Farmingo, an online farmers market that connects consumers, workplaces, schools, apartments, complexes directly to local farms located within 100 miles of a community to deliver farm fresh grocery. Farming is also all about Gandhi's idea of democratization. It works on the economies and communities versus the economies of scale, unlike the hypermarkets. So its business model convincingly demonstrates the power of self-sustaining ecosystem. Once again, I wholeheartedly welcome you all for gracing this event and hope that you all will have a great time ahead. Now, I would like to invite Dr. D. Vijendra Babu, Principal AVIT Chennai, for inaugural speech. Over to you, Dr. D. Vijendra Babu, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thanks for the wonderful opportunity given back to me. I first of all take this opportunity to thank the esteemed members of Computer Society of India, Jaipur section, and all the eminent speakers here, and all my good philosophers and guides like Dr. Ripu Ranjan Sinha, Ashish Kumar Swami and all the eminent members present here. And I'm privileged and humbled by having this opportunity to share my thoughts on this wonderful day of October 2nd, 2020, 2020, of this 150th birthday celebration of our father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi. So we're all be proud to be Indians, and on this occasion, as the team has been given us Gandhian philosophy, this is a wonderful theme which starts about thinking about the basics of which where we stand and what is the current scenario of digital world. So I here take this opportunity to share my views about the digital world and the challenges and opportunities in current scenario. As we all know, in current scenario of digital age or digital India, whatever thing, now the government has initiated the themes of Digital India 2.0. In the current industry trends of Industry 4.0, this scenario of trend changing is plays a major role. And although all those disruptive technologies in current scenario like IoT, Internet of Things, augmented reality, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, data sciences, driverless cars, all those things plays a major role, robotics and all those things. Now, Industry 4.0 rules the world, and our Prime Minister has given a thrust area on focus about India's expectation in next few years in GDP growth and also comparable with respect to national's commitment to world growth also. So we as an Indians are marching towards this achieving to be a superpower of world, superpower. And in this current scenario, I wish to set some few significant points of Digital India 2.0. In implementation and transformation of all these things, the first thing starts from the significant issues, which is high with respect to 2020. The top 10 IT issues in 2020, the drive to digital transformation begins. The first thing, it starts about information security strategy. It's about developing a risk-based security strategy risk-based security strategy that effectively detects, responds to, and prevents security threats and challenges. And second becomes its privacy, as like safeguarding institutional constituents, privacy rights, and maintaining accountability for protecting all types of restricted data. And third becomes sustainable funding, developing funding models that can maintain quality and accommodate both the needs and the growing use of IT services in an era of increasing budget constraints. And the fourth becomes digital integration. It talks about ensuring system interoperability, scalability, extensibility, as well as data integrity security standards across multiple applications and platforms. The fifth one is about the student-centric higher education. In the current pandemic situation, we all know from the end of March, we all switched over to this e-learning facilities, e-teaching. Apart from all those things, services also, education becomes e-learning. Now, India, we had been marching towards it, effective utilization of all the online portals. Even the government of India has released the Swayam portal, MPTEL portal, where our education fraternity uses it, grabs the opportunity very quickly and transferring the knowledge to the students in an efficient, energetic manner. So, student education, that comes to be the number five, and student retention and completion, that's about number six. And next one, now in the current scenario, all about admission process that improved enrollment. Not only the admission, all the placements are getting into e-digital services. There is improved enrollment, and eighth one, education affordability, about admission, and 10th, it is about the integrated CIO, which talks about repositioning or reinforcing the role of IT leadership as an integral strategic partner of institutional leadership in supporting institutional missions. So these are the 10 issues which forms to be very critical in the current scenario ever in terms of digital economy, the challenges and opportunities. It's about impact on social, industrial, and political issues, and quick and disruptive changes, impact of digital on jobs and economic prosperity. So this is a very key major role, as digital technologies are key for the future agenda of social, industrial, and economy and political status. When we are talking about an overall status, 25% of GDP productivity growth is why it leads to the condition of why the digital economy is important. And when you talk about this current conditions, the internet plus seems to push China's economy to higher level with the status of which a premier which has been given. And and in articles which is where our honorable prime minister said it's time for digital India. So we are all humbled to be a part of it. And the current scenario, the digital penetration, we can see that the implementation of mobile, implementation of all those devices, gadgets, its penetration to the market. It took around 75 years for the telephone to get into it, and for Angry Birds did in 35 days. What does it mean? The penetration which makes into all those things. Then the business opportunities, and which are all unstoppables. So this plays a major role in which digital economy or digital penetration and all those things to put into factor. And with respect to the impact of digital on jobs and economic prosperity, in an article which shows that increasing hard to program varieties of human information processing, it starts from implementation from various levels. And in the current scenario, all those things, it is into implementation like driverless cars. Google cars drive themselves in traffic, implementation, electric cars, and all those things. So it's about all those things. We can see everything in digital world. The challenges, opportunities, and when you talk about the security, that comes a major thing which you have to look into over it. So that should be taken as a major concern. Think about why it is a need of the hour. Why the digital transformation? Why it is a need of the hour? What is the reason for it? The challenges in terms of budget that comes to the priority when you go for a challenger. Then legacy systems, the search, the talent pool, the existing system, and the culture and the opportunity. So these are the systems of challenges which we are going to play as a major role in all those facts about our thing. And in overall scenario, as we can say that in the current scenario of digital world, this is an unstoppable reason. It's an unstoppable situation which we should say play a major role in it. And on the event of Gandhiji's philosophy, which we can take as a significant contribution, like the future depends on what we do in the present, as Mahatma Gandhi ji said. And to conclude my speech, I want to say that be the change that you want to be see in the world. So have changed effectively. Thanks for the wonderful opportunity. Thank you, so.
Thank you, Dr. D. Vijendra Babu, for your thoughtful words. And you very well explained Gandhian and digital opportunity in the current scenario. You explained Digital India 2.0. Yes, this is the demands of this time. And you explained about system challenges and how we can overcome with these. Thank you again, Dr. D. Vijendra Babu, sir. Now I would like to invite Professor Dr.
Thank you,
A.K.
madam.
Nayak, immediate past president, CSI, for presidential speech. Over to you, A.K. Nayak, sir.
Thank you very much, Jayanti ma'am, for inviting me to this wonderful occasion. So, good afternoon to everybody. So, today is a very auspicious day that everybody knows. This is the birthday of the nation of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi ji, as well as one of the most beloved Prime Minister of India, late Lal Bahadur Shastri ji. On this occasion, I first of all compliment to the Jaipur chapter of Computer Society of India and the Council of Sustainable Peace and Development for organizing such a wonderful event and webinar with the theme Gandhian Philosophy and Digital World. My younger brother and most beloved and very dynamic and vibrant President of Computer Society of India, Mr. R.K. Basji, my elder brother and the Regional Vice President of Computer Society of India of the Region 3, in charge of the state of Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat and Rajasthan, Mr. Jayant Bhide, Dr. D. Vijendra Babu, the principal of the AVIT Chennai, and the architect of this Council for Sustainable Peace and Development, as well as Asia-Africa Development Council, and many more socio-economic organizations and NGOs funded by my visionary student, Dr. Ripuranjan Sinha ji, and the vibrant and dynamic associate of him, the state student coordinator of the state of Rajasthan for Computer Society of India, Ashish Kumar Samiji, and the treasurer of the CSI Jaipur chapter, Dr. Jayanti Goyal, and other dignitaries who have been connected to this August webinar and participants at a large. Thank you very much. And it is a very great opportunity for me to say some few words on this auspicious occasion, particularly in a day which day is very auspicious for the nation, India, a great nation, the second populous country of the world, next to the China, and the largest democracy of the world, that is the India. Today is the real birthday of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, as well as our most beloved Prime Minister, late Sri Lal Bahadur Shastri. Mahatma Gandhi, it is perhaps the 151 birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, who born in the year 1869, 2nd October. It is 151 birth anniversary and 152 birthday of the father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi. Just born at Porbandar of the Gujarat. This personality has connected the whole world with the word of the peace and non-violence, and the whole world remained the domain of his working area. And at the end also he came to again to the Gujarat and stayed at Sabarmati Ashram. What I know regarding Mahatma Gandhi, today we are having the talk of the Gandhian philosophy. As I understand, his philosophy was only centered with the idealism. Gandhian philosophy was centered with full of idealism and is having the vision and having the thought. As per my knowledge is that there are 5 important areas what I think that was the thought of Gandhiji, that 5 important areas were very prominent, and the prominent areas was that first is the truth, Satya. Second, non-violence, Ahimsa. Third, peace, that is the Shanti. And fourth is fearlessness, Nirbhaya, without any fear. And fifth is Satyagraha. These are the 5 thoughts, as I presume that was the main thought of Gandhiji, with 5 visions according to my way, my thought and my thinking and my perception. What are those 5 visions are there? Actually, first was that self-dependent, Atmanirbhar. Second is that Swadeshi movement. Third was the rural India for which Gandhiji was always thinking. And fourth was basic education, education for all. And fifth is connectedness. सबको साथे जुड़ना है. If we see 5 thought and 5 vision, and today the theme what has been kept for the deliberation, Gandhian philosophy and the digital world, and in every aspect and component of the digital world, what today we are thinking, that the philosophy and visions of the thoughts of the Gandhiji are being reflected. If we talk of the self-dependent India, today our Honorable Prime Minister is also telling Atmanirbhar Bharat, which was the dream of the Mahatma Gandhi. Atmanirbhar Bharat, that India should be self-reliant. That is why many ambitious projects have been launched. Whether you tell it is the Startup India or Make in India or it is the Digital India, all these are complementary and supplementary, are moving towards make the country as a self-dependent country. So Atmanirbhar Bharat. And second thing was that Swadeshi movement, what Gandhiji was told, that everybody should use the product which should be developed in our own country. We should not be dependent, we should not be slave of the others, and we should not use the more products of the others. and in maximum extent, he has also practiced in his life. If you see, he was wearing the cloth which have been made by him. The Charokha Andolan was there and very prominent at that time, and doing all the wars of himself. Was a great vocal of this Swadesh movement. And what today, in today's context, how it is relevant, you see our beloved Prime Minister is also telling like that. Be vocal for the local and take it to the global. The concept is of the same, the Swadeshi movement. The local, what are the manufacturing, what are the things that are being done in the local, we should make it propaganda, take it to the, be vocal for that and take the things to the global. As Swami Vivekananda has told, necessity is the mother of invention, and every cover is uncovered when it is discovered. The things happen like that. When it comes to us, when it is our necessity, so definitely we think for the invention, we think for the discovery. Today you see the pandemic has come. When pandemic started, at that time, suppose in India we faced it from January 31st or like that, and perhaps with one sample in March it got significant. But you see, at that time we were quite harassed. What we can do? Nothing was with us. There was no enough availability of the enough sanitizers, availability of the PPE kits, availability of the required kits, testing kits, all these things. But you see, within these 5 months, India got 6 months, India got self-confident, self-dependent. And today we are in a position in exporting the commodity to other places also. That is the thing why Swamiji had told, necessity is the mother of invention, and every cover is uncovered when you get it discovered. What is the potentiality with the country? Gandhiji was always vocal for that. You recognize your potentiality. What potentiality within the people of India? That is why you are always vocal for the local and vocal. You are always in the favor of the Swadeshi movement. And today what we have translated into action by the honorable dynamic leadership of our honorable Prime Minister. And Gandhiji was always vocal for the rural development. And Gandhiji was telling, the really soul of the India epitomizes in the rural people. The real soul of the India epitomizes in the villages. And imagine today the context is also like that also. Even if today, in spite of so many development, if we think or look back to the statistics, we can see 31% of the people are living in the urban area, whereas 69% of the people are living in the rural area. When we are talking of the inclusive growth of the nation, we cannot think it unless the inclusive growth, the growth will be reflected through the rural area. And today, when we are talking of the digital empowerment, and we are talking of that is a great digital divide, we are talking that just my predecessor was telling like that, the number of challenges are there, will have to have or not to have, and this great bridge should be also minimized, and it should be minimized. And this is removed also. Minimized, not removed, but should be minimized for the inclusive growth of the. But we are quite fortunate by the dynamic leadership of this present government and present Prime Minister, we are moving towards that. And only ICT, information and communication technology, and the digital world can do that thing what we could not achieve since 74 years after the independence. Since 74 years after the independence, what was the dream of the Gandhiji? The fourth reason was that basic education. We could not be able to provide the basic education to the peoples of the country. Even in 2011 census, if you look back, the country's general literacy was 70.4.4. That means 25% of the people are still illiterate. But in the context like India, in Indian context, in our country, we understand that person is illiterate who is able to make his signature. इसका मतलब आज 25% लोग भी हमारा स्वाक्षर भी नहीं है. I don't know what would be the statistics in the 2021 census. But there we are imagining to have a digital world, we are imagining to have the digital empowerment, and we are imagining to have the digital empowerment of each and every citizen, that is digital literacy for all, IT literacy for all, which has been kept in the vision of the Digital India also. The Digital India is having the three prominent visions. Number one vision, to make the best utilization of the digital devices that is available in the country. Number two, the services should be delivered at the doorsteps through the information and communication technology, through the digital tools and techniques. And number three, the digital empowerment of the citizens. And India is having 1.35 billions of the population today that you know very well. And I've told 69% of the people are living in the rural area. And we are having a dream. What now? Just my Vijender was telling there are a lot of challenges before the country. We are imagining that the country will be totally digitally literate by 2022. But what the really scenario is that till today, if you do consider hardly 40% people are digital literate. And when we talk of the digitally literate, it doesn't mean that one will go to the computer and make the programming and to do the software. We tell that person is digitally literate who at least knows the benefit of the communication and information technology. We can tell a farmer is digitally literate if the farmer knows it, how the ICT can be helpful for him, how ICT can helpful for the weather forecasting, how ICT can be helpful for him for the crop management, and all these things that we tell it is digital literacy. We'll have to have, but very positive indications are there because we see the opportunities are there where the challenges are existing. If there is no challenges, there will be no opportunity. We do have the challenges, I do understand. India is a country where 6,60,000 plus villages. India is a country having 5,500 number of cities, mega cities, and small cities, and all these things. India is a country which is divided by 2,50,000 gram panchayats. But it's structure, and India is a country where the peoples of the 9 religions are living. And India is a country where 882 number of languages are being spoken. You imagine, Gandhiji was dreaming how there will be a Ram Raj in these kinds of country, where all the people will have the sense of the coexistence and the development through the community development. That was the thought of Gandhiji. Imagine, 882 languages are being spoken by the people of India, where 30 languages are spoken by more than 1 million persons. And 130 languages are being spoken nearly near about 10,000 persons. And 182 languages are being spoken even with less than 10,000 people, population. That means there are some tribal languages, there are some Santali languages, there are some community-based languages. And there we are having the dream to make the people literate, digital literate. It's a great challenge. There are many challenges before us. If you want to make the dream and philosophy of the Gandhiji to be translated into action, we'll have to minimize and optimize these challenges. Number one challenge, that our socio-economic condition. There is a disparity in the society. Number two, our general illiteracy. Number three, our economic condition. And number four, our multilingual status. That is the thing. If you want to make everybody digital literate, we must have to reach with him in his own languages. And India is a country where 24 crores of the families are living. Imagine if you do consider 24 crores of the families, 24 crores of the mothers are there. I presume that the country will be digitally literate if we can be able to make 24 crores of the mothers of the 24 crores of the family literate. Because we do understand mother is the center point of the family. That is why there is a requirement of the women empowerment. What was the thought of Gandhiji? What was the vision of Gandhiji? The women literacy is also very much required. The women empowerment, नारी सशक्तिकरण, महिला सशक्तिकरण को भी हमको बढ़ाना होगा. यदि हम गांधीयन फिलोसफी को ट्रांसलेट करना चाहूंगा एक्शन में. So these are some of the things what Gandhiji was thinking, that I am just correlating with the digital world. But we are quite fortunate. World is having 7.7 billions of the population, but the world is having today 7 billions of the mobile devices. India is having 1.35 billions of the people, but India is having 1.25 billions of the mobile devices also. Our mobile density is 92 point something. That is the mobile density per 100%, more than 92% is having the mobile. It was one of the thought of the Gandhiji was also connecting people, connecting the world. In that direction, our communication technology will be very much beneficial. Our digital world can also only satisfy the dream of the Gandhiji to make the people connected. And it is very good news for India is that today we are having 75 crores plus internet users and 80 crores, more than 80 crores smartphones also. which will be very helpful for implementing or translating the different visions of the Gandhiji to take to the rural areas also. This pandemic period, everybody has seen, we could not be able to provide the basic education, what was the fourth vision of Gandhiji, as I have told, through the traditional education system. Whether you tell it is the education 1.0, where we can return to the Gurukul Parampara, the Acharya and the student both were sitting under a tree and the education practice was there. Whether you tell it is education 2.0, where classroom, blackboard, duster, teacher, physical entities we have utilized for the education system, but we became failed to make everybody completely educated. Then we have used the technology, we have adopted the distance and open and distance learning. We have used the television and computers in the educational, so that ODL system got existed, and we tell that education 3.0. Till then we could not achieve the complete literacy, but we are very much helpful and we are very much hopeful, and we see and we visualize perhaps education 4.0, which will enhance the online parameters to the remotest domain of the country, even the countryside. Perhaps we can be able to reach each and every people to provide the basic education by the help of the ICT, information and communication technology. As Videndra ji was just like telling the industry 4.0 also, both industry 4.0 and education 4.0 will be definitely will be visible after this post-pandemic era. So you see, because why I am so much optimistic? You know, India is having 250,000 Gram Panchayat, and every Gram Panchayat has been connected by the broadband communication to the community services center. And this financial year, we are having the target, as our Honorable IT Minister told, 1 lakh of the villages will be connected by the broadband communication. I think by the 2022, the target has been kept that 6,60,000 villages will be connected by the broadband communication. If it happens, if everything ideologically go, so definitely we can be able to provide the basic education, at least the primary education and the basic education to the remotest people of the country through the computer and internet also, which we could not be able to fulfill that expectation through the traditional education till today. So the thing is that this we are progressing in a very good way that you can tell. And another thing that what Gandhiji had told, that you see the positive sides, what I'm telling, not to the negative sides, because the connecting the people, the social media is working in a very big way today. Today, per day, you can imagine 2 billions of the people are using the Facebook in the world. 2 billions of the people. So far as you can see the social networking. And imagine if you tell that the searches, so far as Google searches are concerned, there is 3 trillions or 2 trillions of the Google searches in a year. Imagine what a fast range we are using the digital world and digital modern tools and techniques for connecting the people and spreading the basic things. Today, that is why it is known. If you consider the relevance of the Gandhian thought and the relevance of the Gandhian vision, that Gandhian vision is till today, it is at the upper edge in the world also. Because the current data told till Gandhiji is also succeeding, and Gandhiji is keeping and maintaining the top position so far as the Google searches are concerned, so far as the Wikipedia is concerned. That is, you can show, you will be astonished. No contemporary leaders of that time when Gandhiji had been there. The Gandhiji, today, if you see the searching of those contemporary leaders, like at the time of the Gandhiji who were there, Gandhiji is 2.5 times ahead than that. And even if today's political system you see, and what these things is telling, that Google search tells that Gandhiji till today, out of 100%, of course, number one is Hitler, but that is not in a positive way. That's people for the negative way. But in positive leaders which are there, if you see, out of 118.1% till today having the search for Gandhiji, whereas the 11.5 is having the search for Churchill, and 11.2 is having the search for the Stalin, and 8.3 is having the search for the Franklin. The top political leaders of that world are seen till today. the top political or social leaders or activists, what you can see. And what a tremendous person was there. He was known for the commitment for the non-violence, peace and tranquility, by virtue of which he had interconnected the whole world and know that today what we are trying to do through the digital world or through the digital communication. So that is the case. Gandhi's life is actually today is also very relevant for each and every Indian, and we can have a great learning from that. A person who spent his life throughout the sorrow and the difficulties, but always thought for the betterment of the mankind. I do remember a great stanza of Bhagavad Gita. If I tell, Gandhiji was having the philosophy, Jadugre Visameva Parinam Amrutapamam, Tasukham Satikam Praktam Atmabuddhi Prasadatam. अर्थात जो पहले जहर का समान है, विषमय है, परिणाम अमृत समान है, वही सुख वास्तविक सात्विक है, जो कि गांधी जी हम आप सबको देके किए. उन्होंने लड़ाई किए, सभी कष्ट वही सहे, सभी यंत्रणा वही सहन किए, और हमको प्रेरणा देते रहे. अब इन्हीं का बल पर अहिंसा का माध्यम में जो कोई दुनिया में नहीं कर पाया, ना कर पाएगा फ्यूचर में, उन्होंने हमको स्वाधीनता देके किए, जिसका सुख में हम भोग रहे. हमारे लिए अमृत उत्पन्न कर दिए, लेकिन अपने जहर पीते रहे. तो इसका वही फिलोसफी था. गांधी का वो फिलोसफी था, समग्र विश्व के कुटुंब का रूप में रहना, राम राज्य का स्थापन करना है, अहिंसा एवं शांति का साथ देश को चलना है. क्योंकि भगवत गीता का वो एक बहुत बड़ा शोधार्थी थे, भगवत गीता का अध्ययन करते थे. इसने फिलोसफी था, अहं निजो परवेति स्वभाव लगते संग उदार चेत संग वसुधैव कुटुंबकम. आप जानते होंगे गांधी जी अपना लाइफ में कितना प्रैक्टिस किए. At the time of partition, at the time of riot, at the time of violence, what concept he has shown, कि पूरा वसुधैव कुटुंब जैसे पूरा परिवार, सभी community, in spite of the religions, caste and creed and all these things, everybody should be in a common domain. If वसुधैव कुटुंबकम, and हरिजन का उत्थान के लिए क्या नहीं कर रहे थे. इसीलिए आज का दिन ऐसा दिन है, हम गांधी जी को बार-बार नमन करते हैं. गांधी जी को कंप्यूटर सोसाइटी ऑफ इंडिया स्मरण करता है, नमन करता है. एंड कंप्यूटर सोसाइटी ऑफ इंडिया का तरफ से 1,25,000 मेंबर, 1,25,000 of the members bow down their heads for that great personality, Mahatma Gandhi ji, the father of the nation, and his huge philosophy has given us, and whose pain and sorrow has given us these kinds of happiness. Today we are living in an independent era. Also, the Computer Society of India always celebrate these kinds of functions. We have also celebrated the World Yoga Day on 21st of the January. And today we must have to take the promise that we should learn Gandhiji and we should keep Gandhiji in our heart, and we can also make promotion of the Gandhiji and Gandhian philosophy and culture and vision to our future generation, to our children, to our grandchildren. So Gandhi should be alive by the heart of everybody. And गांधी should remain माने अमर रहे सब दिन के लिए. एंड इनका वाणी को हम स्मरण करते रहे, इससे प्रेरणा लेते रहे, आगे बढ़ते चले. क्योंकि ये भी भगवत गीता में लिखा गया था, जद्दा चरति श्रेष्ठा तत्तदा इतरे जना सहज प्रमाण कुरुते जनाः तदनुवर्तते. अर्थात महज्जन जो पथ में जाते हैं, जो आदर्श पालन करते हैं, जो रास्ता दिखाते हैं, जो मार्गदर्शन देते हैं, हम आप उसी मार्गदर्शन में चलते हैं. वही मार्गदर्शन में चलने के लिए हम लोग को कल्याणमय होता है, हम मंजिल प्राप्त करते हैं. इसी कुछ शब्द का साथ हम आप सब मिलकर हम एक ऐसा दुनिया बनाए, हम गांधीयन एरा से आज डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में पहुंच गए, and we can always establish and correlate the Gandhian philosophy and thought vision with our digital era and modernity, so that make a sustainable development, make the sustainability in such a way so which should be beneficial for the mankind. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pasyantu ma kaschit. Thank you very much. Namaskar, namaskar.
Thank you, Professor Dr. A.K. Nayak sir. आपने गीता, आपने गांधी और डिजिटल इंडिया का बहुत ही अच्छा संगम आपने हम सबके लिए सुनाया, और बहुत ही your thoughts were really provoking on Gandhian and global world. You rightly said, sir, 5 important areas: truth, non-violence, peace, fearlessness, and satyagraha is very important in today's era. And yes, right, there is a strong need for go local and make our nation strong. You rightly said, sir, without technology we cannot grow, and we have to empower women also. And now I'm sure we will definitely reach to the remotest area of the country to provide education. Next, I would like to invite Shri R.K. Vyas, Sir, President Computer Society of India, for a special speech. Over to you, R.K. Vyas, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Jayanti. It's my real pleasure to be amongst you all on this auspicious occasion when we have birthday of two very eminent personalities of the country, our own Gandhiji. We say Mahatma Gandhi, or we just generally say Bapu for him, and our eminent Prime Minister Shri Lal Bahadur Shastri ji, who has given us a very good slogan, Jai Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. Both these personalities have really given us a showcase at various stages. Mahatma Gandhi ji has given us a very good showcase during freedom struggle, and we all recall that he has always given slogan of Swadeshi, or the things manufactured in the country. When Britishers wanted that clothes from the Manchester to arrive in our country, Gandhiji gave slogan for Khadi, and most of us adopted Khadi, and many of us are still adopting Khadi till date. And those were the days. We still recall Khadi. We still recall the salt satyagraha. We still recall the Neel satyagraha and many more things which has been given to us by Gandhiji during freedom struggle. Later on, when our own beloved Prime Minister Sri Lal Bahadur Shastri ji became Prime Minister, and we had a war with Pakistan, 1965 war is always remembered. When he has given a slogan, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, and he has given a slogan that we should have a fast for at least one day so that we can treat.
Dr. A.K. Nayak sir, Dr. R.K. Vyas sir, Professor Dr. Ripu Ranjan Sinha, Dr. Bijendra Babu, Dr. Nabeen, Dr. Saxena, Dr. Swami, and all distinguished members. Today we are here to discuss and to celebrate a Gandhi Jayanti, Babuji birthday. And at the same time, today our beloved Prime Minister birthday also, Lal Bahadur Shastri ji. I'd like to say that Gandhiji's philosophy, mainly what already our distinguished members have already told so many things. Gandhiji's philosophy is a fusion of three things: naturalism, idealism, and pragmatism. गांधी जी एक व्यक्ति नहीं थे, वो एक व्यक्तित्व हैं और उसको हमें आत्मसात करने की जरूरत है. ऑलरेडी सो मेनी थिंग्स ही हैज सेड अर्लियर अबाउट इकोनॉमिक, अबाउट एजुकेशन. ओनली थिंग्स इज दैट now after 75 years of age, we are again starting the same thing. What he has said during those period, now we are doing that, and we are saying that new education policy. See, after 75 years of age, Gandhiji's aim of education was divided into two categories. One was immediate aim and second was ultimate aim. The immediate aim was starting with vocational education. Now after 75 years, we are going into same path what he has said on those time. Now we are coming to on same track. Like that, also sort of even ultimate aim also same. He has focused on child-centric education, then role of a teacher, how teachers should be, what should be the level of teacher, how teachers should be recruited, and all cultural education, moral education, liberation of a. We have only gone to out of track of that way, and because after 75 years of education system, we are again coming to the same path. Now, when we talk about economic things that already our beloved Prime Minister said that we are going to achieve the 5 trillion economy, and whatever Gandhiji has said, now we are celebrating his birthday, but whatever he said, we are not at all following. Although We are thinking that we are following, but we are not following. And because of that only we are deviated from that path. Now just see that he has advocated about creation of job. We are following production path. We are going behind GDP. But he has advocates about job creation. Whenever we are doing any sort of changes, he has advocated about maximum utilization of human being. Now India, as we all know that India having the most useful and useful human force, but we are not able to utilize that. We are not able to take the benefit out of that because we are going in different part of way. Our economy is focused about India should have their own economic policy, but we are following other countries, or so we can say that Western economic policy, and that's why we are deviated from that. India's culture, India's diversity is different from any other country. But then what, suppose we are doing any sort of changes now at this during pandemic, if he has advocated about education for all, just imagine if this digital era or digital technology would have not there, how in this last 6-7 months our students, our teachers, how they could have managed this education system. So this all advocating about the role of digital system and the whatever changes we are going through, that should be matched with that. Then only we can achieve the ultimate goal. Economic, about he advocates about industrialization. Now industrialization, he is focusing that no people should be hurt, no village culture should be disturbed. Then only we can achieve what we are going to we are aiming for, that what we want out of industrialization, that we will get only when we are focusing on that. Then trusteeship. Now here advocate about trusteeship. In present system, we are seeing that there is no trusteeship, and ultimately he has focused about this, that all asset or whatever things, it should not be accumulated at some particular people. It should be distributed. So that is a trusteeship. Villages, as we all know that even Dr. Nayak sir has mentioned that almost 70% of our people is living in village. So once we are reaching to village, and what is all sort of systems we are doing, but that is not reaching to the village. Unless it is not reaching there, how ultimate aim will be achieved? So that's all. A lot of things already has done. Only small things I'd like to mention, that let be the change that we want to be, that we want to see. He has shown to the world what life can give to us if we lead a life of truth, righteousness, and humanity. With this, I'll conclude my speech, and over to you, Jayanti ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ravi K. Nath sir. You rightly said about the education policy and Digital India. Now I would like to invite Dr. Ashish Chandraswamy, Student Coordinator, Rajasthan CSI, for vote of thanks. Over to you, Ashish sir.
Thank you, Jayanti ma'am. I am very much honored and got the privilege to deliver you the vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion of the birth and 151st birth anniversary of the father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, and our beloved Prime Minister, late Shri Lal Bahadur Shastri ji. This webinar on Gandhian philosophy and digital world is the right combination and the rightly needed the time of in this world, where we all are talking about the thoughts and visions of our father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi. As rightly said by the many procedures that Mahatma Gandhi, be the change itself what you want for the world to be. I would like to say that Vijayendra Babu has rightly described about the self-sustainable community-based startups, basically mainly on the agriculture farms and all the Digital India 2.0 strategy that relates very efficiently with the social issues taken up by the Mahatma Gandhi. Digital transformation is the issue. Digital transformation issues, opportunities, and challenges that has to be taken up in this world are mainly taken at that time by Mahatma Gandhi in his era. He accurately said that our future depends on what we work today. So, depending upon the action taken up by our future more and more secured. Professor A.K. Nayak, the immediate past president, Computer Society of India, has very rightly described about the 5 of Mahatma Gandhi, that truth, non-violence, peace, fearlessness, and the Satyagraha movement are rightly has to be taken up in the digital world also. That while working on our many social media platforms, the truth has to be taken up. We should always avoid the non-violence or the hate speech that is growing faster and faster in today's world. The peace is the demand of the current situation. Everywhere we are seeing that either the world is moving towards the third world war, or situations are being created for making the threats of world war. We have to avoid such kind of activities by promoting the peace using the digital platforms. Fearlessness and Satyagraha movement has to be taken up for the promotion of the betterment of the humanity. And human grounds activities can be taken up effectively with these digital eras. A self-dependent Bharata, as rightly said by the A.K. Nayak sir, as quoted quote of the Prime Minister, that be the vocal for the local and take it to the global. Now it is, being a technocrats, it is our responsibility to take that local and become the vocal for it at the global level. We, being the technocrats, can easily transform those local products and make available the local markets for the local people and become the vocal at the global level. He also, Nayak sir has also described that digital world has the power to achieve the targets that has been laid 75 years back by Mahatma Gandhi ji, to achieve through the works of the digital literacy and India digital vision. That Digital India has got the 3 basic visions which are supporting these activities that the targets has been laid down by 75 years back before our independence. As the Digital India is moving ahead, the Professor Nayak also mentioned that more than 2.5 lakh Gram Panchayats has been connected through the digital world, and now each and every activity and each and every action taken at the central level can be easily dispersed with a single click at the deepest, rootest level, where we can perform the action and make the local people more strengthened and more aware of the activities using the digital world. Our next speaker, Professor Shri R.K. Vyas, the President Computer Society of India, has rightly mentioned that the need of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan that has been taken up by Mahatma Gandhi is the vision of the Mahatma Gandhi, has now become the vision of our India, promoted by our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. He has rightly said that the monitoring of these activities is more important and than performing these activities. Once the vision and the mission is taken up at the central level, it has rightly to be taken action at the grassroots level, and with the proper monitoring, these kind of activities can be easily managed. And the digital monetary system as being taken up by the schemes, many schemes is being taken up rightly by the digital monitoring scheme that has been taken up by the Digital India movement. And Digital India Empowerment has got the basic 5 pillars through which all these activities are being managed. Thus, the overall vision of Mahatma Gandhi is rightly blended with the digital world in today's scenario. Then the speaker, Professor R.R. Sinha, Ripuranjan Sinha, the Chairman, Computer Society of India, Jaipur chapter, has mentioned that the Gandhian philosophy is the way ahead, and moving is being searched more than that in any other political leader than the Bollywood or the sports personalities. He is not only searched on the Google, as rightly mentioned by him, that not only on the Google, he is also searched on many other search engines also before by more than his contemporary leaders. Then Ravi Kumar Nath, the Additional Director, Council for Sustainable Peace and Development, has rightly said that the vision of Mahatma Gandhi was to create jobs, not to provide the jobs. So now, with the help of Digital India movement, we are all creating the jobs. We are now becoming the creators of jobs. Instead of becoming the job seekers, the Atmanirbhar Bharat mission of central government of India is making the job creators more. The utilization of human resources is more important than industrialization. So, as these words were said by the Ravi Nath. Now, I got this opportunity to make the final remarks that the Digital India movement or digital world is making ahead or moving ahead the philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi in the right direction, and we are being the change maker of the world, have got the power to make the Gandhian philosophy more effective in the digital world and make the India a world leader again in the field of education, literacy, and all the policies. Thank you. Thank you, Jantim.
Thank you, Ashish sir. Thank you so much for your vote of thanks. Now we are at the end of this event. I thank you, all of you, for sparing your valuable time to attend this event organized by Computer Society of India and Council for Sustainable Peace and Development. Thank you once again. Thank you, all of you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Puranjan. Thank you, Ashish. Thank
बहुत
you,
अच्छा.
Janti. Thank you all.
Thank you.
नमस्कार
Thank you,
बड़े
sir.
भाई.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
नमस्कार.
Dr.
कहाँ
Ripu
थे
sir.
आप छुप के? आपका चेहरा नहीं
Thank you.